So we have breaking news, and we're doing a special episode on the AUA conference that shows that vaginal estrogen can cut the risk of life-threatening infections in half for women with reoccurring UTIs. Let me say that again. This could save lives. Like, this is so huge. This just came out a few days ago. We're in 2025, and the fact that so many people are still not talking about estrogen and vaginal estrogen is insane. And I mean, I think vaginal estrogen significantly reduces the risk of sepsis. Am I saying that right, Sharon?
Sepsis, you're saying that
right, which would happen potentially because of an UTI.
Because of a UTI. We've all known someone that has gone into the hospital because of a UTI, and
Some
then
people
they get
are prone to them.
Right, and then they get sepsis, and then what happens?
Yeah.
They're dead.
Yeah.
And you're
And
like,
you say,
how
how
the
did
hell
that
did that
happen?
happen?
like
Right.
that.
Right?
Right.
So why is this so huge? Why is this groundbreaking? First, large-scale data linking vaginal estrogen to life-saving outcomes.
Vaginal health.
Right? I mean, until now, we've known vaginal estrogen reduces UTIs. But in this study, it's the first to directly link it to the reduce of sepsis, hospitalization, and mortality. We're not just talking about comfort anymore, ladies.
Right.
We're not just talking about a drive a JJ. We're not just talking
life
about
and death.
We're talking about life and death.
Yeah. And who would think?
Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys come across this, because kind of everywhere we go, someone's talking to us about this podcast or menopause or perimenopause, but
or a dry vagina.
or a dry vagina, right? I mean, we were known for other things. Now we're known for. I'm kidding.
Good times.
It is what it is.
Usually the
I mean, this
husband's
is it.
complaining that they have to hear about it, and the wife's sitting there saying, "No, I don't have that issue."
Exactly,
Yeah,
right?
Not me.
But in this massive study, the size and the credibility is there for the first time, right? So it was over 2 million electronic health records that were analyzed. I mean,
It's a lot.
normally it's 3 months of 100 people, or this was a major breakthrough. And still, I don't care what anyone says, like how we talk to women all the time. There are still people that will just look at the regular mainstream media and say, oh no, I can't. They don't dive in. There's still, like, my parents' age. My parents are a little bit more progressive, but they're just a generation of, if it was on the news and it said that, that's my Bible.
Right. It was true.
Right?
Yeah.
I said that when we started 2025, let this be the year of client or consumer education, because it's so desperately needed.
Right.
There are so many people that they don't know where to look. They're not looking. They're just listening to whatever they're told, and it's been handed down from generation to, or girlfriend to girlfriend, and they just believe whatever they heard.
Yeah.
No one's researching.
And, most doctors don't mention, like, I don't know, but in the past, I haven't always gone to my gynecologist for a UTI. I've had 2 in the past, but I know what it is because it's so excruciating. And I'll call my doctor for, medicine. I don't know, I didn't call my gynecologist.
Right.
But most of the time, your regular doctor will not know or even prescribe vaginal estrogen.
It's interesting. I'm trying to think when I had one, and I'm thinking back when Michael was born. So he's going to be 30 years old. So, like,
Wow.
I think of, like, the fluctuation in hormones around childbirth. So you think of, like, what could have, because I don't generally get them, but I did have one then. Went to my regular doctor. I didn't call my GYN.
Because you think it's a urology thing or a general practice doctor
Right.
thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm screwed. I get kidney stones. So when I get what feels like a UTI, it usually means there's a stone on the move.
Ooh.
Oh, that's bad. But it's painful, like the beginning stages. So people run to their doctor. They get an antibiotic. It usually will clear it out. But for those people that end up with the infection spreading, think about it. It goes up the ureter into your kidney.
Sure.
Right, but we also have clear evidence that a simple vaginal cream can help you, and it's not systemic, right?
Correct.
So it's
Synthetic.
it's generally safe, but no, systemic.
No, synthetic.
Oh my God, here
We're
we
gonna
go.
do that
No,
again.
no, no.
Hold on a minute.
No.
I know. I'm teasing.
Right?
I'm totally teasing.
Okay. I'm like,
Cream
I
is
thought I was going
synthetic?
crazy. What?
Is the cream
No,
synthetic?
No.
it is not
No, it's
synthetic.
bioidentical.
Okay.
It's bioidentical, yeah.
Okay.
And so is some of the estradiol patches.
So
Right.
what Dr. McNally was saying is that the sticker is synthetic because they have to put it on something, but it's a bioidentical
Identical. Okay.
patch that's going on.
Right. The
on your
medication
body.
is.
The medication,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Got it.
And it's so funny because we were having like a little bit of a disagreement, but like a fun disagreement. And we decided to do an Instagram live, and who chimed in right at the right moment? But Dr. McNally.
Dr. McNally, there she is.
She's
right when
always
you need
there.
her, right?
Yeah.
Always there when you need her.
So the other thing I wanted to just mention is, okay, so this study just came out, right, a few days ago. We're in the beginning of May 2025. I'm curious to see what the urgency is going to be around teaching this in medical schools, how fast this information is going to get to the doctors, how fast it's going to come out into the public where women will be educated on it. Because if this was anything to do with a male,
Oh, you know what would be happening. There would be a roadblock. DOT would be out.
Right.
They would be stopping traffic.
Exactly.
And everyone would talk about it. Oh, and by the way, they'd be voting on it somewhere, whether it's in
Right.
Albany
If
or
this
in
was
Washington,
somebody's
D.C.
prostate, we'd be hearing about it from the rooftop.
right away.
Exactly.
And Big Pharma would be involved immediately.
100%.
so I'm really curious to see
point,
what happens
Ingrid.
with this. You know.
Sorry, guys. It's just that's how it is.
It's the way it is, yeah. But also, I know that some women from the UTIs, and I'm not really educated on this, so please don't take everything that I'm saying, take it with a grain of salt. I know that some women can get a prolapse from not having a strong uterus, right?
Right, from
uterine
not
lining.
having- I would imagine that
It's
it
a
would
uterine
be,
prolapse.
a
yes.
uterine prolapse.
Yeah.
But it
And
would
they're
be a-
saying that this can also help women that are experiencing a prolapse,
Right.
which let's take this a step further. So if you are if you're in menopause, you haven't had your period for a year, right? So this would help you because your estrogen is so low, right? At that point.
Right.
It's not really this study is not shown to be helpful in women 45, 50 that haven't had that super loss of estrogen.
Right.
So
And
let's
that's
be
really
clear.
why, the whole mission of the three of us talking, starting the podcast is that the earlier you get the information, the earlier that you intervene and you hopefully bioidentical is for you, the more you keep all of those systems intact.
Right. Healthy
From when
and
you were
intact.
in your 30s, and then you don't have to worry about. I know a few women who are not seeking HRT. They have a lot of uterine issues.
Right.
Not necessarily UTI, but the prolapse, the other issues that come with it.
The prolapse, let me tell you something.
It's
That is serious
and that
shit.
surgery is painful.
And then some people wear the
ring to
the
pull
ring
it back up.
to pull it back
Yeah.
up. Like that's really
Well,
heartbreaking.
HRT keeps you young in every way. Just take it and run with that thought. It keeps all of that youthful, and you don't go through all those horrible things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking a little bit more about that, but because this was breaking news and we were in the studio, we thought we'd just get this out quick so you guys can do a little bit of a deep dive or go down the rabbit hole if you'd like. We're just a group of good friends talking about the experiences that we've had and some of the things that we hear, and we're just sharing it along the way. But we're really grateful for you guys all being here, and we hope you subscribe and comment. And we'll see you next time on Rebranding
Keep letting
Menopause.
us know that everything's working for you.
Yes.
Yes, tell us everything.
Everything.
Thank you.
Hey, New York. I'm Harvey, proud owner of Optics and veteran in the eyewear industry. Consider this. Why would someone have a closet full of shoes but only a few pair of glasses when eyewear is the only accessory that completely changes the way you look, feel, and the way you're perceived? At Optics, Cartier, Chanel, Dior, Lindbergh headline our extensive collection of luxury eyewear. Our opticians are trained to style and fit your face to ensure that when you leave Optics, your friends will be wondering where you shop.
Hi friends, this is Dana Persico from Long Island Nail, Skin and Hair Institute. The Institute is not only the premier venue for licensing and certification for beauty professionals in Long Island as well as New York State. You can receive beauty treatments specifically for anti-aging, facials, body treatments, laser hair removal, hydrofacial. Our senior students are working in the spa. They are happy to get any of our guests ready for this special event located in Bethpage, New York at 1055 Stewart Avenue.